I'm going to see if who we can get in the building. In the house. House is very important to know right now. House. We're talking about houses. So I got your the homework you had last week. I got a chance to put some things out on Bible Magic 8 website. So as I welcome in you all, we'll welcome you in. Okay, please do know and put my disclaimer out here that this content in this house is going to be ran with a tone of spiritual essence that might be sensitive to some viewers. So please do, if you're sensitive to any type of spiritual conversations, things to do with going beyond the veil, between the pillars, and please do exit the house. And I received permission to go ahead and say a very old tradition, say a phrase from maybe you can call it a chant. Rhymes and riddles, as some of those people were frustrated with us for, the Sibyls. But the saying goes, let the doorknob hit you. Well, they said the good Lord split you. So I have changed it to the lesser Lord split you. Talk about lowering of spirits. So please do know that this is going to be governed that way. So we're going to go through a few of our sacred rituals. This will be our sacred secrets and private practices. So I do welcome all of the Sibyl sisters. We always want to scatter and clear out the room before we start talking to those sisters. So royal rising to you, royal rising. I do a curtsy, but I had to take a seat today. I've already been out. I've already erected the staff. I got my keys today, y'all, because I'm going to be sharing some things that are very key to, key is an operable word here, key to the releasing of so many souls, y'all. So royal rising to all of the Sibyl sisters, not just the sea stars, the mothers. Hi there. Welcome in. This is a spiritually based, I mean, it's really deeply spiritual, y'all. So I want to let you know beforehand, a spiritually based conversation today. So if you're sensitive to that, please do know that you would want to exit the house. This is for the hi, hello. We want to say hello because we know hello is here, but we won't say hi. We're going to be high today. It's in our high spirits. But welcome to all. This is a beginning of the Royal Rising conversation with the Cosmic Royal Family. We salute the Cosmic Royal Family. If you are sensitive to conversations and videos of a spiritual nature, we go in deep today, y'all. So please do exit the building. We are going to go ahead and call us to order. I have my gavel. And it does have the High Priestess on it. So we're going to bring us in with 3 taps. This is about cosmic order, and we want to make sure that we bring us in correctly. We have also, that's for us to bring in our faith. I had to bring in something today to show you the faith. This is actually for the culture. And I'm going to tell you one thing about this too, is that the faith is a belief system of the Louisiana Creole. We didn't have angels, like angels, and it's not to put down any particular group of people, but this is going to give you an idea of what we believed in as far as the little ones are glowing, they're called. So we have this young lady representing that with the fae. So Feliz and enchantment. So that's something that as children, when we learned about the priestcraft, that we were reared as children, and I call them cradle mysteries because of that. Our mothers, grandmothers, godmothers, and aunties, y'all. So I'm going to start us off with an animal totem. The animal totem that we use, and this is just not for the Delta Sigma Thetas, but yeah, ski-wee. Okay, sorry, y'all. Shameless plug. But this is actually, let me see. This is an animal totem about memory. So we implore the white elephant for memory, so that the Sibyl sisters can regain their memory. We've been subject to amnesia, erasure of memories, the genetic memories especially. So this is a great royal rising for all of the sea stars and the mothers, the grandmothers, the godmothers, and the aunties. So we reverence them. Now I scry with this. So there is a saying, and I want to share this with you all. It's called "I scry with my little eye." Now that's something that we would say as Sibyls, Ashe mothers. I want to put that over there. That's what we would say as what we learned with the cradle mysteries. And it's I scry with my little eye. It's not, some of us scry and some of us spy. Okay. So it's not I spy with my little eye. It's actually I scry with my little eye. And there's later lessons about that. But we're resetting the sands of time as well. A lot of different things we do. Okay. I must say, ladies, sisters, when you go out in the rising, the royal rising, please do take off all makeup because you want to be before the Most High, Mama, Papa, in nothing but all natural. And that's just a way that you can get in within your crystal. You can actually be able to get the download and the stream. All right. I want to start us off at the Sibyl Wisdom on Bible Magic 8 website, please. If you can see that, the Bible Magic 8 website is Bible Magic, MAGICK, the numeral 8.com, because that's where you'll be able to get your handout. I promised you when I gave you homework last week that we would have a handout so that we can go over some very, very important, extremely important, I'm gonna keep on stressing that, important lessons or légères. So it's going to be a handout for the Sibyl Talk podcast, and welcome to the Sibyl Talk podcast. This is the space for Sibyls to be able to discuss the next moves in this with the cosmic shift that has occurred, the planetary alignment, and we're going to get into the information that is available about. Okay, the clock is striking the hour, so hold on a second. I like to start my rising out and about while the clock is doing our thing. I'm going to show this again. Today, my staff, I like to put my staff upon the earth plane so that I can get my streams really well. But let's let the clock strike. Okay, so we are at the 8 o'clock hour, which is key. 8 o'clock. All right. Please start off on the Bible Magic 8 website. That's Bible, Bible, the word magic with the K, MAGICK, and the numeral 8.com. You want to pick up your Sibyl sister handout for the Sibyl Talk podcast. This is going to be, you'll see the front of it. It says Bible Matrix, y'all. I broke the code, y'all. We broke the code for the Bible Matrix. And that would be the King James version of the Bible. I'm going to be introducing you to the blood in the veins, y'all. Okay, now this is not gory. I told y'all this is spiritual nature, so please exit the house. We're going to get into it. And here's the thing, too. I'm going to go ahead and give us our 2 taps with the gavel, only because we're now going beyond the veil with this information. Sacred secrets and private practices, okay? So what am I talking about with the blood veins? There are those within our culture who were considered to have to be blue blood. And a wonderful movie to watch right now, or series rather, is The Gilded Age, especially with the entrance of our Sibyl sister, the sorors, Sister Felicia Rashad. You might know her from The Cosbys, very, very famous cultural show. but Felicia Rashad will be playing her part in the Gilded Age. So if you have access to that, please do watch it because it's going to show you and introduce many people to what were known as those of the Blue Blood Society. And so we send a salute to all of our Sibyl sisters who are part of that. And I only like to say Sibyl because there is a certain, y'all know this is ranked, the I guess was the culture we're in, as well as, and it's not at our doing. It's from the position of society as we know it. So it's just ranked. And one thing is the difference between the blue bloods and the red bloods. And y'all have seen this even played out in different urban neighborhood communities as well. But the blue blood society has a whole other, I guess, set of rules within the overall society. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's not about color. I know colorism plays into it, but I want people to realize it's not just about color. It's also about position of certain, let's get here, entities. So we came through the gateway, y'all. We're beyond the pillar, so we're going to talk about entities. So people, as we know them, the human, the woman, they're walking around as the flesh coat, I like to say. But in essence, the real order of the day is that we have people who are actually, let's see, someone said, no, it's fine. Okay, sounds good. We have people who are actually representing entities on earth. Okay, they use their body as this vessel for entities. And when we start looking at it like that, and as we learn further within this particular, these podcasts, leisures, I like to call them leisures. So it's a Sibyl Talk podcast, but it's this, what we share here are the chats, shares, and leisures. So there are some words I'm going to be switching from old to new world language. I'm going to call it old to new world language. And we're going to be changing over some things because there's a whole category of words that have been changed from the original meaning within the culture. Maybe we want to say blue and red blood Americans. The blue and red blood Americans, and the way we talk about that, even with our movie Sinners by Ryan Coogler and I say Master Ryan Coogler and Mistress Zinzi Coogler. Even in the movie, they talk about you have a red twin and you have a blue twin. So it's many layers to it, but one thing is the blue blood society and the red blood society. So why am I talking about that? The blue blood society would have actually held a lot of people from what we would call the Sibyl or Sibylic line. Because they were allowed to be in certain positions. Sorry for looking down, y'all. I want to be able to get something to compare some scriptures here, or what's called ancient text, what we call ancient text. But the Blue Blood Society would have held a lot of sea stars because they were used for their acumen, their information. You might have seen the movie, some people might have seen the movie Hidden Figures, though that would have been the sisters who were in the basement, mind you, who were able to help with the NASA program. Okay, so I give information in the handout on BibleMagic8.com, BibleMagic, the numeral 8.com. There's a handout there. It's a PDF. If once you download it, you will be able to click on the links. So we're linking in some information. And the Sea Stars who were in the basement to help on the NASA project. And it's NASA. Some people say NASA. I'll go between the pronunciations for a reason, but NASA versus NASA. We pronounce it NASA because we hear and know the covering up of the word Naga. So NASA and Naga is important. So those sisters were used for their brain power at that time. They were the computers, the human computers. And they were very familiar with stars. It's not shared that that's one of the things, but the Blue Blood Society, the Blue Vein Society is what they were called. If you look it up, Blue Vein Society, they are the ones who were able to have access to knowledge about the stars. So you'll have, hold on, someone's trying to get in touch with me. Hold on a second. There we go. Sorry about that. My group is always trying to send me messages, but I apologize. But anyway, the Blue Vein Society, and a lot of people don't realize that these are the ones who, and many people within the society where the sisters are, they're the ones who have access to the reading of the stars. So essentially, what we're trying to get to is the point where we're able to share at this point and bring our sea stars in who might not have had this information readily available to them because of the scattering of so many people in what I call the transglobal diaspora. So it's more than just an African diaspora, that which that's included, but we're talking about the African diaspora as well as the Caribbean Isles and as well as America, as we know it, North America, and the South in particular. So now we're bringing this information. If you go and get that handout, we'll be able to talk about it later on in more in depthly. But we're going to be bringing in the sea stars who have been scattered and they do not have access to a lot of this information. But your DNA is waking up. And we want to help you to put together some things about this. So I want to read, before I go, I want to read there's a key scripture there, or ancient text on the Bible Magic 8 website. Sorry, I'm going to try to get out of this message because it keeps popping up because someone sent it to me and they really want me to hear what they're saying. So I apologize. But if you go on the website, give me a sec, you will see John 14:2. That's homework, y'all. John 14:2. And that's as we know it, but it's given in the King James version of the Bible, that and it's cloaked so that the people will not know what it's referring to. But I'm going to read from my Catholic Bible. A lot of Blue Vein Society members are actually Catholics. There's a difference even in our the religious following. I no longer ascribe to it, but I do remember what I learned. Okay, so I'm going to give you the version that would have been for the Blue Vein Society, and then later on we're going to talk about the version that would have been for the Red Vein Society. Okay, or order, we'll put it that way. In my Father's house there are many dwelling places. If there were not, would I have told you that I was going to prepare a place for you? Okay, so it means something completely different in this particular Blue Vein Society version versus the King James version. And we're going to get into that a little more in depthly later on. Okay, so that was a part of the Sibyl Talk podcast. You know, I'm always going to leave the breadcrumbs, y'all, the cookie crumbs, right? So that we can kind of put our puzzle pieces together. So that's what our homework is for today. And this is going somewhere, I'm promising you, because we're going to be now talking about the Wit Upon a Star series that we're doing. This is a Wit Upon a Star season because of the 40 goddess days of summer, as we came into the Sirius star system, and as our Kemetic brothers and sisters of bloodline called it the solstice. Okay, it's called the solstice. So that's where we get our solstice from when we talk about the summer solstice versus the winter solstice. It's spelled differently. So all these words are cloaked. And we're going to talk more about it a little later on, but we wanted to get you kind of started in the rising, the royal rising. We say Ashe to you all. And thank you so much for tuning in to the Sibyl Talk podcast. I promise you this homework will make sense. Please do go out there. And the reason why I have my hearts here is because we're in the Leisures for Love offerings, y'all. So when you go out on the Bible Magic 8 website, BibleMagic8.com, please do leave a love offering to support the work of this platform so that we can go ahead and give more messages out for you. I make it a love offering because that's tradition, y'all. So let's close us out. I laid down the gavel. Let's close us out. And we thank our sea stars as well. And we thank all of you as well who came through, those who are upgrading their DNA, moving to the next level. I promise you we're going to continue to help you to get what you need during this time. All right, Sibyl sisters, Royal Rising, enjoy your day as well. All right, take care. Until later.